So, hello everyone. This is your Krishna from Women Today YouTube channel. So, in this channel, we have been interviewing many women entrepreneurs and also working women by traveling to different cities in India. We are just doing offline interviews. Very famous nameplate designer, if I'm right. So, please kindly introduce about yourself, about your professional work that you're doing to the audience who are watching this interview right now, ma'am.
Yeah, so I just introduced myself. Basically, I'm a commercial artist and a designer, and that's how I came with this kind of a concept where a lot of lettering and typography has been used. And I think I saw some gap in the market where this kind of USPs, what we do it, and the designer work we do it, it's really required because there are lovely homes, but there are no amazing home identities anybody's creating. And it's a very niche market, of course, because we have worked on the design, handmade, and high value materials. So, of course, it's not probably for everybody, but we are trying our best that it reaches every home.
Yeah, okay, ma'am. So tell us, ma'am, when did you make up your mind that you wanted to make your professional career in this department? Like, what have you actually have gone through your entire life? Is there anybody, somebody walking to you and they're asking you whether to continue this kind of jobs, or is it something like that you innovated that you found yourself that okay, I am very good in this, so why can't I make it as my professional career? So tell us the kind of thing which influenced you to land in this kind of department, ma'am?
So I think there's a story behind it. When I used to travel to the bus or trains, earlier times, childhood times, I'm saying, we go to a relative's place or somewhere, and we keep seeing the brand boards and the hoardings, when on the main roads or by taxi or whatever, by car. So my always the focus was what kind of a characters of names are there, some clothes showroom or some hotel or something. So every character plays a different role. Some is very bold, one is something thick. So I always try to, figure it out, why this is so much. And I still love that. And I keep scribbling on the paper at whenever I'm free time doing some homework in my school or classroom or otherwise. So the passion was very strong into a letters, creation of the alphabets or the letters. And I think that has really attracted me and got to this level of this thing.
Now, how is your journey going right now, ma'am?
Amazing. It's
Like,
wonderful.
like I have also seen many of your photos in Instagram profile. You have been with many different kind of professionals who are excellent in various industries, particularly the Bollywood industries. You have been doing a lot of professional works, kind of collaborating with different kind of Bollywood actors and actress. So tell us the kind of experience. How do they come and approach you, and how was the experience working for the kind of works that you do to them, ma'am?
Yeah. So, basically, it was a normal social media platform or a Google which works. We started with the online marketing. I never wanted to be offline because a lot of time sucks into the, time and energy into the offline, having a store and, attending individual customers. So we have already always focused online. And of course, when people are searching, this is a need based product, right? Somebody renovating homes or somebody buying the new home, that time my product comes. It's not like a shoes or a clothes where people randomly keep buying it, so yeah, these celebrities are no collaboration with me. They are a genuine customer. They have found me, they have seen my work on the website, on the social media, and they have come across because I think they could see some art over there. And I myself feel that you know actor, actresses, or celebrities, whoever we count as, take as, they themselves are an artist, so artist gets attracted to artworks more and they really value that work. And yeah, I think that's where. And I said, there is really a gap in this market where they are building their work so hard in their life and they've created their own identity. The name is so important. For example, Rohit Roy or Sharman Joshi. They've really worked hard to build that name where the world knows them, Kangna Ranawat or anybody, and that name has to be really emphasize when their all their hard work and effort been put in buying a beautiful home. So I think that's where we add to that value.
Yeah, of course. Every actor and is of course an artist. So every
Yeah,
artist
yeah,
understands the kind of works which is done by another great professional artist like you, ma'am.
yeah.
So can you tell?
Creativity.
Yeah, yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes. Can you tell any one kind of your real life experience that you thought it to be yourself amazed that you wanted to praise yourself about the kind of artwork that you did for a client from Bollywood industry, ma'am?
Uh, actually, we have done a lot of work. Basically, every artwork or every design what we have done for the celebrities is a very specialized work for them. They have never chosen something which is readily available, like what we already have. So I had to specially design and work for them, and that's how they found that wow factor, that it's specially made for me and done for me, such a high level of customization.
So tell us, ma'am, they will be having their own taste preference in the kind of signage boards and in the kind of design in the nameplates. So how do you actually kind of incorporate the ideas given by them and also your own ideas, your own style, and how do you actually mingle these two and make the final ultimate output result in designing the nameplate or a signage board, ma'am?
Yeah, so I always ask them to share their entrance image, because they have roughly designed something at the entrance home of theirs, So, I mean, they are not in this field, so they won't understand that what kind of metal finishes like rose gold, copper, what all things are newly available, kind of. So, we share the concept to them once we see the entrance image of there, and they do have something in their mind, but then once I start explaining, and they get to know the depth of the knowledge what we are having, so they ultimately leave up to the expertise, okay, you can really work on it. And at times also the interior designers or architects are involved in this process, because they have designed the home, so it becomes a teamwork, but of course the styling of the fonts, the material, the finishing, the craftsmanship, everything goes from our end. Yeah.
So also tell me, ma'am. First of all, we are just discussing. We have discussed a lot about the nameplate and the signboards. So, but people, most of the outside, they must not be aware of the kind of the terms which we provide, which we use in this interview, like the signage or the nameplate designs. So, can you tell me what is the difference between these signages and the nameplate designs? So, I can just see these two are the same because signages are like the signatures which is given by each and every individuals, and the nameplates is the name bearing their own name. So, tell us what is the difference between these two things, basically, ma'am.
So I can say, I mean, these terms are individually based. Difference people have individually, like everybody has a different way of looking at it, or telling as a nameplate or a signage. So we like nameplate, we say like individual for the homes, I mean particular apartment or a particular villa or a bungalow, we have a nameplate. But when we talk about the signage, we more go towards the corporate signages, where there is a brand signages, the logo signages which is there, and then their identity, when you go through some malls, you will be seeing the brands having their amazing lit up backlit, the front lit kind of signages. So we term that as a signages more, and the residential as a nameplates, like.
So tell us, ma'am, how far this kind of signages become the branding of a company that they run? Because anything in this world is decided by the kind of brand. So tell us, how far does this signboards actually contribute to the kind of branding in every kind of companies or as an individual, ma'am?
So I think signage always, branding and signage is connected, interconnected. Yeah. So signage should reflect the brand's overall aesthetics and messaging, a clear fonts, graphics, and a color, to enhance the brand's personality. Every brand has its own personality. So Nike, when you see, I mean, example, I'm just giving you Nike with a bold tick over there, so it's always a recall value. Somebody's looking at the tick, like, oh, this is Nike kind of thing. So the placement also after that, we don't know what kind of place they have for the showroom. Like, maybe it's in the mall or is on the main road, on the highways or wherever. Like, so the placement of signage also should be strategic to ensure that it reaches the target audiences, and really easily visible also. So, and well designed signage can also make the customers experience more engaging and more memorable, because when you pass by and seeing the same signage repeatedly, it registers in your mind like.
Okay, ma'am. So also you must have worked through a lot of obstacles and a lot of
Yeah.
blocks. Consider in this real life, you can tell a real life incident that where you find yourself in a very difficult way, you struggled a lot, and also you founded a lot of obstacles before completing your professional work. So can you tell me a real life example which you yourself came out of that kind of obstacles and you made a very ultimate successful kind of name plot? So tell us the kind of experience which you had during your struggling days, ma'am.
Yeah, so talking about years back, where I'm a single woman entrepreneur actually. So it's not easy to, and being an artist, or a designer, to handle the commercial side. See, being an artist and designer and being an entrepreneur is two different things, like, completely. And transforming that artist and designer into entrepreneurship is a real big challenge, because I don't understand the number of game of numbers kind of thing, or how what I mean, that point of time, what is GST, what is tax, what is this, I mean. So you being just artist and designer and doing a creativity, and then transforming that into the business, applying the whole application in the business is a tough task, like, and obviously I was all alone, where I started individual products, creating individual designs, where the days where I didn't had an infrastructure, I didn't had that kind of a money to pour in and invest something. So I myself used to make that name, get the nameplate done, design, and deliver individually to the customer myself. Like, I mean, I have been traveled to by train or auto to get give that packet to the customer, like, so you can understand from where I'm coming, and like, of course it's not easy job. I have struggled a lot. There's a lot of hard works. I mean, I didn't had any office at that point of time, and you won't believe this whole website has been created in sitting in the Starbucks for 8 hours, like 6 to 8 hours. I constantly sit, like, and my mom always says that, like, I mean, where are you working? What are you doing? What are you eating? Food, like, so I mean, at times I go in the daytime and I come out from the Starbucks at night time, sipping some coffees, and and then the work gets done. So yeah, because easy way to have a net, access to a net internet, and like, sitting in a cozy place, like, so yeah, that's how my journey has started, and I'm here.
That's great, ma'am. So I have expected some kind of examples which you had given from the kind of work you do. But the thing is that your whole real life story had actually inspired me a lot. And also, I hope that it inspires millions of women out there. So as you told right now, so tell us, ma'am, for how many years have you been in the service? To tell us our experience, ma'am. How many long years have you been in this kind of professional journey, ma'am?
See, it's been 7 years by now.
7
Yeah,
years. So,
seven
it,
years.
yeah, it must be before 7 years that you started from the scratch without anything, that you developed yourself up to the way right now. Like before, in the during the early days, during your struggling days, that you do not know anything about GST or tax or the kind of professional things which we should have in our professional works. The only thing which you had in your hands is the talent, is the kind of raw passion, is the kind of fire that you had inside you, that you wanted to make yourself grow in a very successful manner, and you just incorporated all your skills by just combining it, and also you converted the kind of passion that you had in you into a very professional work. So this is very applaudable, and most of the people who are watching this interview, they must be thinking of, okay, most of the people who are doing business right now, they must be helped by someone or the other. They may be helped from the very own family, they may be helped by the friends around them, or may some kind of investors. But your work is totally inspiring to a lot of people and mainly to me. So since you told that you started from the scratch, you designed every name boards, and you just singly alone voluntarily, you just traveled by many public transport, reaching to the client's place, making sure that they get the package at the right time, at the very ultimate output. You made it a lot of things through this way. And before 7 years, you were just struggling without any kind of office, but now you are running your own office in Mumbai. So tell us, ma'am, in which area, if I want to be a client and if I want to visit you, so tell us your office address so that people like us can come and visit you and have some kind of talks with you in designing our own customized nameplate, ma'am. So which address do you want to visit me, ma'am?
We are in Juhu in Mumbai.
So
So Juhu is a JVPD scheme, what we say. Juhu Beach, you must be knowing, I'm sure. Juhu Beach is very famous in Mumbai. So we are quite close to that place. Yeah.
so great, ma'am. So that was a really inspirational journey. So not only you, even big Bollywood stars like Sonu Sood. So he has traveled a lot of way. Like if you want to get a chance in cinema, he traveled in train. So and also the world celebrity Shah Rukh, he came from Delhi to Mumbai without knowing anyone in Mumbai. So he made up a lot in his life, and today where he is something like great. So in the same way that I also wishing you all the best for your future ventures, ma'am. So also at the
Thank
same time, I do have a lot of questions lined up for you. So tell us, ma'am, what
you.
are your future ventures, that what is your aim that you're planning to do regarding your professional work in the future, like after 5 to 10 years? Where do you want to see yourself? Are you planning to open any kind of branches outside Mumbai, or also any kind of branches inside Mumbai? Do you want to teach your kind of passion, your kind of professional work to the juniors, or it may be any aim? It may be any kind of future ventures that you're planning to. So please tell us about it to the audience who are watching this interview right now, ma'am.
Yeah. So basically, the plan is to go worldwide, globally, not just a pan India, because our presence is in pan India through online. And now the world is in online. I mean, people connect easily through to get anything, like, online, the way Amazon, Flipkart, or any product is available. So India, I think India we are set now, but planning to explore different countries now, because we do have a lot of NRI clients where we get a lot of orders, and they spend a good amount of money. They spend around 50,000 to 1 lakh rupee of signage, and they spend another 50,000 for the courier charges as well, to take them along with them and have there. So I mean, we have really catering to various countries. We have delivered to a lot of countries like US, UK, like Netherlands. Recently we had given to one young female to Netherlands. She wanted some very artistic concepts, so she picked up from here, and she's paying heavy duties right now over there, because our products are quite big in volume and weight both ways, so yeah, that's a plan.
Yeah, that's a great thing, ma'am. So you have been doing not only your professional works in India, but you have also expanded it to international territories. Like you have been doing to US, to Netherlands, and a lot of European countries. So it's a great thing. And also, you made us feel that your work, your profession has a lot of potential, since one client is able to pay you a lot of amounts in order to ship them towards the country because of the weight. They never mind about the kind of weight. They just mind about the ultimate output which they are going to get in front of the home. That your nameplate, signboards, of course, the branding actually defines them. So that's a great thing, ma'am. So Netherlands, US, and also charging around 50,000, and they're ready to pay till 1 lakh, is something like that's the very right way that you actually prove yourself that signages and name boards are very important thing for the brand of your company or as an individual, ma'am. So thank you for
So
teaching.
we believe that's what the whole concept. We believe it's a work of art. I never believe that's a nameplate. It's because our individual pieces is really, when you put it, it's a piece of art, okay, at the entrance of your home. It is so much artistically thought about and designed in such a way.
Yeah, that's a great thing. That's a great thing, ma'am. So even if you're designing the kind of artworks that you're doing right now, you should have some kind of skills in calligraphy and typography. So again, we are just starting from the scratch. So people must not be aware of the word called calligraphy. So what do you mean actually by calligraphy? And what do you mean actually by typography? What is the difference between these two terms? And how do you just incorporate these calligraphy skills in the kind of professional work that you design your nameplates, ma'am?
So I think everybody knows, a lot of people knows calligraphy is about a beautiful writing. When you write with a cut nib or a pen, you dip, like, or with a brush. So that's a beautiful writing. And calligraphy, what we use is an original artwork, which adds value to our work, because readily available fonts, what you see, and I mean, which doesn't add value to our work, because it is common around and everybody's using that. So I always think, why people are coming to me, for what reason, because that artwork, the calligraphy, handwritten artwork, what is specially, like, for example, your name is Krishnan, and I'm beautifully writing something Krishnan with my hand in the calligraphy. It is something special for you. Probably that character of Krish cannot match anywhere, anywhere from the book or anywhere around, like, so it's been specially done. And it also reflects the personality of the homeowners, when somebody uses, they have their own characters. I mean, certain people just want block letters, so I mean, I can easily explain you, like, for example, who are professional and very educated, they believe in simplicity a lot, so they just want some block simple letters. They don't want anything which is flowing and confusion or something. They think that way. So that's their personality. Somebody who's, as you say, like, the producer or a director or some photographer, they are always have the artistic view or eye towards in creativity. So they will love to have something flourishing or a signature style, which really enhances their personality, because you that reflects their personality when you see something at the entrance, like, so. And typography is another thing where, so basically, I've done a major in typography, where we learn and understand individual character of the font styles, So I mean, as a layman, you may look at the artwork and the typefaces, you may think that all look same, but for us it's different, because every serif, every corners of the, the H or T, which is a little bit prolonged, which is a little bit short, we work on it, and that creates a character. So we really go into depth of that, and that gives exclusivity, in your work, because you have really focused and given so much of importance in that, this kind of a fonts or understanding of the fonts. So probably, I mean, I'm sure we work with a lot of architects and interior designers, and they definitely understand, being a designer, they understand the value very much. And yeah, that's how all the architects, designers, they are connected with us, because they do understand the USPs what we have.
Yeah, great, ma'am. So, is there any kind of your wish that you wanted to work with a particular celebrity or anything, something like that?
No, and there is nothing like, for me, it's nothing like celebrity or no. For me, every individual is amazing customer, because when they value an art, the artwork, I mean, they all are same for me. Celebrity, yeah, of course, you because of the celebrity, you get some mileage, because they are known, they're popular faces and known personality. That's it. But for us, like, I think we give same importance, the same amount of hard work, efforts put in for each and every customer. For us, the value of each and every customer is very much same. So I don't, I mean, there was never a thought that I want to do for this celebrity or this actor, but work speaks on its own way. When you're in your journey, like, people starts loving your work and people are getting to approach you. So yeah, I mean, that thought was never the thought in my mind that I mean, I want to do for some celebrities or not celebrities. Yeah.
Yeah, since you have worked with many Bollywood celebrities, that I thought that you'd tell any kind of example so that it's just a wish. I do understand that each and every client who is coming to you, who he or she, they coming to you you value them a lot. You are giving your time, precious time. You're just valuing them. You're just considering the kind of thoughts that they have in your mind, and you're just ultimately just finishing the kind of design in their kind of taste. And also tell us, ma'am, how do you actually design your nameplate and also incorporate the client's ideas? Like, there will be a lot of differences between your ideas and the client ideas. So how do you actually tackle between these two differences, and ultimately how would you give the result so that you also will be satisfied that you have done according to your style, and the client will also be satisfied that they got the finishing output in the style that they almost wished. So how do you actually tackle the differences, and how do you incorporate both of your styles into the kind of ultimate nameplate which comes as the output, ma'am?
So, as I earlier also said that, told that all lot of our customers are interior designers and architects, like, and also the direct homeowners are also there. So while making their homes, like, they have already planned their area and have the design the entrance of the home, which they share with us first, like, okay, this is our plan. This is we are planning to do something like that. So we work on the layout of that, what is the area, what is the specific, because the size, proportion, balance, everything has to work beautifully, then only the outcome comes out the best. You just can't randomly that, the size is too, the available area is too narrow, and then you make a huge size of product plate, which kills the whole show. So, I mean, also we add towards the interesting fonts from our end and suggest them the right material which will complement their home, their entrance overall, like, And at times also we adapt the signature style. A lot of customers want to give their way of styling of writing, So that's how we edit and transform into a beautiful metal piece in a rose gold or a copper or a gold something, so it's something like a teamwork which happens.
I do. I also do understand that you giving a lot of tribute to the kind of team that you're working with. I do understand. So tell us, ma'am, basically, what kind of feedbacks do you actually get from your clients? In the beginning, I used to think. I mean, I assume that there will be a lot of mixed reviews, but after 7 years of experience right now, so tell us what kind of your ultimate feedbacks that you get from your clients. Genuine kind of feedbacks, ma'am.
I feel the feedback is in action, not by words, because they do come to us without fail for the second product. I mean, so when they have made their home, they have some offices. So basically, because of our price point, our high value products, materials, and everything, most, I think 70% we have HNI clients with us. So they do have their second homes, they do have their offices, their factories, like, or industrial places what they have. So the I really don't need to wait for their feedback to come, but I'm sure that next month or after a few months they're coming with another project to us, like, okay, now Dimple, we have to make this, then we have to make this. So I think that's enough for us.
That's a great way of telling their feedback, because only they get inspired from the kind of works that you're doing, that they wanted again to happen in their life, that they want again the magic to be presented by you in their life. So that's a great genuine kind of feedback which I have ever heard in my life, that most of the people will be calling and they may be saying like, oh ma'am, you have done a very good job, but coming to you once again in a span of around 6 months or 3 months, or even in a span of 1 year, and if they have any kind of works that they wanted to do themselves secondary, or also they wanted to refer your works to the other kind of clients. So that's the genuine positive super kind of feedback that you
Mhm.
got from every kind of clients that you worked with, ma'am. So also tell me, ma'am, so you have been working with different clients. So if any client know they want to have some kind of outputs in the kind of ideas, in the kind of style that they have in your mind, so it will be easy for them to come and approach you to explain the kind of output they actually need to be done in the output. But the thing is that, consider another set of clients who actually do not have any kind of idea in ultimately what their output of the nameplates should be. And also at the same time, they can't explain you what their taste are actually are. So if they can explain the kind of style that they want, and if they explain the kind of output they want, so everything will be fine. Then you will be collaborating with them, and you can just make them an ultimately a successful one. But what if one doesn't know what they want themselves? So at this point of time, how do you actually convince them, and how do you actually put everything in correct place, so that you also will be able to put a good final ultimate output, and they also will be able to get the kind of output which they ultimately like, ma'am?
Yeah, I can say that we are actually we as a designer, as a brand, are really meant for them. Those who are totally blank, those who doesn't have any idea what to do, because our competitors are in unorganized market, like where people just randomly do the cutting of the letters and give them. Everybody's doing that, I'm sure, so your the approach towards us is that, okay, they really need a help from consultation, the design concept till the installation, delivery and the installation. So we just tell them that if you are unable to decide or suggest or do something, we ask them to share their entrance images of the homes, where they have to put up. So they do share with us, and based on that, we work on the designs, on the concepts for them. We suggest them what they really want to go. At times, in fact, we also give the names to the homes. I mean, that's also we have done. They don't know that what kind of a name of a villa or bungalow, what is the latest trend, or what is a different kind of a name we should keep. So, and we have done a lot even for them also, that and we have clubs sometimes, the two kids names, the families name together, and create something like for them, with a tree of life, or giving them some value, that wow factor comes to them, okay, that we couldn't think about something like that. And we have at the right place, at the designer's place, to get this done.
Also tell us, ma'am. So you have told that most of your international clients and also clients from India, they're willing to pay the amount they you charge for the nameplates and the signboards. And also at the same time, there may be few customers that they're approaching you because they want your immense talent in the kind of nameplate that they wanted to be. But at the same time, if they are not able to cope up with the kind of charges that they want to have from you, so how do you actually deal with them? Do you actually kind of lower the price, or is it like something you want to do for them at your level? So tell us the kind of things happening in that kind of situations, ma'am.
So I can say we have really strict policy of no negotiation. Matlab, I mean, it's strictly because it's very tough to handle, where we have get lot of queries from different platforms, from website, from social media, from Google, from other platforms where we are marketing. So once and that becomes, and we have connected to a lot of interior designers and architects also, where do they have a lot of sites, they're doing a lot of homes. So I mean, I feel that, okay, if you're confident about your work, what you're going to deliver, then there is no question of negotiation comes. And once person sees the profile, we just tell them, our team just tells that, please check our profile once. That will that will tell everything, so the
Yeah, of
question of
course.
negotiation.
Yeah, I do understand that you actually value your work, because each and every people in this world, they should have their own kind of belief system in them, that they should value themselves at the topmost priority. So I think that's the only thing which makes you stable, that you're not going to go into any kind of negotiations, that you think that the work that you're doing right now is worth the result and you deserve the thing. And that's a great kind of approach you do have, ma'am. So tell us, ma'am, there is a lot of kind of industry developments happening in this kind of departments. So there is a lot of kind of different trends evolving in the kind of designing your nameplates and the designing in the kind of signboards. So how do you actually stay in the current trends, and how do you actually incorporate the kind of developments, the kind of things which is newly emerging in the industry right now, ma'am?
Yeah, of course. I mean, being in this industry, we are very much well aware that what kind of different new materials, or the metal finishes are coming up, what kind of textures we can do. So we as it is every few months, we do keep doing R&D, like, creating new designs, new concepts, basically. And also the kind of homes the designers make it, we really have a look at it that Mumbai kind of a place is having a more and more now narrow panels, or the place, like, I mean, the space next to the door is very small, very less compared to the different cities, like, out of Mumbai, like Hyderabad, Chennai, Cochin, they have ample of space, like, so we work on that as well, that in a small area, what can we do the best, like, what outcome we can come up with the best things. And of course, the material part, what is the materials available for the interior products, and we definitely attend a lot of shows internationally, in India itself, to understand that, what's the new trend coming in designing of the homes, where we can incorporate our product, like, and get aligned with them, like.
So you do tell us that you visit a lot of expo that happen internationally and also in India. So do you also exhibit your products in the expo that in the upcoming future, ma'am?
So I think I was very clear that I want to focus online, because online, first of all, you cut down on the cost when you do something offline. Your overheads, your overall things are there. And basically, I also wanted to focus more on a design part, more on a creativity part. When you expand offline and shows and such things, lot of your time, energy, and money, or everything overall, get consumed in that. So when people knows the world is like online now, I mean, the smallest news you get from online, people are scrolling constantly Instagram, Facebook lately, like, so people can't miss out you for sure. I mean, so yeah, I think I still want to stay focused online than the offline
Yeah,
marketing.
yeah, that's a great kind of thing, which not only a great entrepreneur like you, but also junior developing entrepreneurs, that they should have in their mind, that they still have a lot of things that they can do in the ultimate online market. Consider your website, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, something other than that. You will be able to kind of I mean, kind of exhibit the kind of works that you are doing in the online market, where you can just actually save your money than doing any kind of offline things over there. I do understand. So tell us, ma'am, is there any kind of specific project? Is there any kind of specific any designer in the world? Maybe they may be in India, or they may be across overseas. So tell, is there any kind of one specific project, or is there any kind of specific designer who inspired you a lot in this life, ma'am?
So nothing connected to my product, but yeah, for me, when I look upon Steve Jobs, as a designer and entrepreneur, I mean, amazing product of Apple, what he has come up with, and I think I have kept reading a lot about it, and inspired, because that person has always focused on the simplicity. I mean, the design is about simplicity. I mean, you can't make something which is complex. Like, you can put a lot of elements, do a lot of things, which creates a complexity. So when you see our designs, like, they when you look at it, they are very simple. The shapes of, I mean, we just believe more on vertical lines, horizontal lines, and we work in a classy signature fonts, like, but we never create like a handicraft product, adding a lot of elements to it, like, छोटा सा window, people nut dal diya, ye dal. We are not into that kind of a designing work. So I think I have learned one important thing while working or getting into this creativity field, that simplicity is difficult to design than to create something else. The most difficult thing, people think that it's easy, but it's not that. And I think my inspiration is always a design of an apple.
Not only Steve Jobs, man, but to a lot of emerging people like us. I do get inspired from great people like you. That you said you had a very humble beginning in your early stage of life. that you were in a Starbucks designing your own website by using the Wi-Fi over there, or 6 to 8 hours sitting in one place without going and spending in any kind of things which would lead to your kind of breaking your pockets. And also right now you are just following the online things instead of going for a normal kind of traditional things, exhibiting your kind of works that you do. Of course your works doesn't need established kind of offline market, but a very simple online market is very well good to have your kind of works going not only in India, also international, overseas. So the ultimate final question in this interview which I'm going to ask you is very simple, ma'am. Why are this interview, if you wanted to tell any kind of message, or if you wanted to tell any kind of tips that you wanted to tell to your fellow juniors who are just following your passion in this department, as name boards or signboards, or consider it may be any industry in any kind of departments, what is the ultimate message would you like to tell to the people? They may be old people or young generation or middle-aged persons. What message would you like to deliver to the audience who are watching this interview right now, ma'am?
Yeah, good question. So I would like to say that, just follow the passion. Just follow the passion and focus on that. Everything will follow behind you. I mean, like, I think I have never thought about how much money I want to earn, this month, or how much money I want to earn next month, or after 2 years, for 3 years, or 5 years down the line. I think when you have a passion, hard work, and you put in amazing efforts into it, like, everything will get sorted, everything will follow you. Name, fame, money, whatever you expect and whatever you're getting, you really want, your goals are, you will definitely achieve it.
Yeah, of course, I understand that each and every people in this world have passion in their minds. They should try to incorporate, and they should have kind of hard work and smart work, that they're very well equipped themselves with skills like they can convert their professional, they can convert the kind of passion into the kind of professional works which the world needs. Of course, there is a saying from the Japanese ikigai that you just actually need to match with the kind of needs which the world needs with the kind of passion and the kind of skills that you do have. If you're able to merge both these kind of things, then no one can stop you. You are always heading towards success. That's a great kind of message that we got from you in this video, via this interview, ma'am. So people who are watching this interview right now, please do the subscribe channel. I mean, please click on the subscribe button to this Woman Today YouTube channel. Please click on the bell icon so that you can receive notifications whenever I do post new videos regarding new women entrepreneurs and also working women across different cities in India and also across the world. So today's our guest is from Mumbai, a very famous nameplate designer. She is in Juhu, near Juhu Beach. Her office, and her office name is Dsignz. Am I right, ma'am?
Yeah, the brand name is Dsignz, Dsignz.
Yeah, the brand name is Dsignz, Dsignz. So today is
Yeah.
Krishna signing off this YouTube channel, Women Today YouTube channel, and today's our guest is Dimple Pandhi from Mumbai. So thank you once again, ma'am. So good evening.
Thank
Have
you.
have
Thank
a
you
nice
so
day.
much for giving an opportunity to give an interview and to
Thank-
encourage people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
welcome, ma'am. Thank you once again for allowing me to host this interview, and have a very wonderful interview, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Good
Thank
evening.
you.
Have a nice day.